Number 8. Shadow of the Colossus.
Nah, I'm just fucking playing. Shadow of the Colossus. One of the greatest fucking games to ever exist. I will die by this game. But do you know why? Shadow of the Colossus. What does the title even mean? The first thing that comes to mind is hopefully something giant, right? If we glance over at the cover art, I mean, yeah, sure, we find it. We see that there's towering beasts, otherwise known as colossi. But if we look closer, we find even something deeper that's hidden behind this grand adventure, trapped in a disc. In a vast, desolate landscape called the Forbidden Land, we're surrounded in the pale glow of a sun that feels both ancient and unreal. This story doesn't begin with a prophecy or a destiny. It begins with something much, much more human. You play as Wander, a young man who's humble and silent, but heavy with grief. Grief so powerful that he rides into a cursed realm, abandoned by the gods themselves, searching for a miracle that no one believes in. And his only companion? A horse, who's named Agro. He's loyal and strong, but he's a witness to the monumental burden ahead. Shadow of the Colossus is more than just a boss rush. It's a poignant exploration of ambition, sacrifice, and the blurred lines between good and evil. The deeper meaning doesn't lie solely in the monumental battles, but in the quiet, reflective moments between them, and the unsettled implications of each victory. I love how also every time he kills a boss, the boss's soul kind of puts itself in Wander's physical body. And I remember being a kid playing this game and trying to run away from the black soul thing that would try to get me, and I always failed every time. Now back to the deeper meaning. Considering the very act of slaying a Colossus, initially it's a thrilling display of skill and determination. We as players are exhilarated by conquering these magnificent creatures, yet with each Colossus fall, a tendril of dark mist emanates from its dying form, entering Wander. This part wasn't a power-up, it was a visual metaphor for the corrupting influence of his quest. For instance, the serene, almost gentle nature of the third Colossus, Gaius. As it gazes over the landscape before Wander's arrival, we start to realize we aren't just fighting monsters. We are systematically destroying what appears to be ancient, even sacred, guardians of the land. Furthermore, the environmental storytelling speaks volumes. The desolate landscape, punctuated by crumbling ruins and overgrown temples, hint at a forgotten civilization, perhaps one that also sought to control or exploit these powerful beings. The scattered shrines and the ominous shrine of worship where Mono lies suggest a history of rituals and sacrifices, echoing Wander's own desperate bargain. The very act of climbing the Colossi often involve exploiting their vulnerabilities. It feels less like heroism and more like a dismantling of natural order, foreshadowing the unsettling consequences of Wander's relentless pursuit of his goal. The deeper you delve, the clearer it becomes every step taken to revive Mono is a step further into the moral abyss, leaving us to question not just what Wander gains, but what he irrevocably loses in the process. But I mean, shit, Mono was hella bad, so we can't even blame our boy Wander. I mean, shit, I might have to wander myself into them Forbidden Lands too. Okay, now beyond the immediate tragedy of each Colossus' fall, there's a far more insidious force at play. Now we're gonna start talking about Dormin. The entity or entities residing within the shrine of worship. They aren't merely passive observers, they are manipulators. Each time Wander slays a Colossus, Dormin grows stronger, and Wander himself becomes more corrupted. This isn't just a physical change. With the increasing shadowy veins spreading across his body, it's a descent into something much more monstrous. The bargain he struck, believing it to be for love, is slowly twisting him into the very thing he's fighting against. Think about the transformation itself. As the game progresses, Wander's movements become more heavy, his posture is more hunched, and his skin grows paler. And those dark tendrils become way more pronounced, almost like a mirror of the mist he absorbs from the fallen giants. This visual decay is not just for show, it's a constant horrifying reminder that his soul is being chipped away with the very victory that he's having every single time. When he reaches his final Colossus, Malice, he is barely recognizable as the determined youthful figure who first rode into the Forbidden Lands. He became a vessel, almost a puppet, for Dormin's resurgence. Now, when we're talking about echoes of this fallen world, the remnants of civilization scattered across the Forbidden Lands are way more than just set dressing. They are silent witnesses to a tragic history that mirrors Wander's own journey. The crumbling aqueducts, the shattered bridges, the desolate temples, they all speak of a once thriving society that, much like Wander, likely sought to harness or control power beyond its understanding. So was this land cursed by Dormin before? Did previous attempts to revive or contain Dormin lead to this widespread ruin? Consider the Forbidden Lands themselves. The very name implies a boundary, a place separated from the world for a reason. It's a prison, not just for the Colossi, but perhaps for Dormin. The stark beauty of the environment is constantly juxtaposed with its emptiness, reinforcing the idea that something vital has been lost. The land itself feels like a graveyard, a giant tomb for both the fallen giants and the hopes of those who dared to challenge its ancient laws. This provides a chilling parallel to Wander's fate, suggesting that his quest is not unique, but merely the latest iteration of a cycle of hubris and decay. But despite the darkness that consumes him, Wander's entire journey is fueled by an incredibly potent and unwavering love for Mono. His actions, however misguided or destructive, stem from a singular, pure desire to bring her back to life. In a world often devoid of strong emotional anchors, his devotion stands out as a beacon. He doesn't seek power or glory. He simply wants to mend a broken heart, even if it means breaking the world around him. One can say that this can be viewed as not a flaw, but as the ultimate testament to love's boundless and even reckless nature. Consider the sheer scale of his undertaking. He confronts mythical beasts, traverses treacherous landscapes, and faces seemingly insurmountable odds, all for one person. This selfless and almost irrational dedication underscores the idea that love can drive individuals to extraordinary lengths, transcending fear and self-preservation. While the game presents the dire consequences of this obsession, it also implicitly celebrates the depth of human connection that would inspire such a colossal effort. In its purest form, Wander's quest is a grand, tragic love story, reminding us the immense power and sacrifices we are all willing to make for those that we cherish. Now, while Wander's personal fate is bleak, the ending of Shadow of the Colossus offers a profound message of rebirth and the breaking of destructive cycles. Wander's transformation into an infant, imbued with Dormin's power but innocent and new, symbolizes a chance for fresh beginning. This isn't just a simple reincarnation though, it's a profound act of cleansing. The Colossi are gone, Dormin is contained for now, and the land, once cursed, is now home to a new, potentially less corrupted life. The emergence of a tiny horned infant, cared for by Mono, suggests that perhaps true power lies not in conquest and destruction, but in compassion and nurturing. The final scene, with the sapling growing in the Forbidden Lands and the infant's unique horns, could be interpreted as the fusion of Wander's love and Dormin's power, tamed and redirected into something benevolent. It's a bittersweet ending, certainly acknowledging the cost of Wander's journey, but it also paints a picture of a potential future where the mistakes of the past can be overcome, and it offers a glimmer of hope that even after immense darkness and sacrifice, life finds a way to begin anew, perhaps in a more harmonious form this time. So, what are we going to take away from this game? Hopefully something good, and I hope that you enjoyed listening to me, Liminal Theories, talk about this game for so long. This was really a game that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. and it's a game that has stuck with me ever since I was a kid. Thank you for listening. This was a Liminal Theories video. Take care.